How do we make money
How do we make money on what?
on music? Wait, should I be lower than you? Like way lower.
Oh, welcome to Fireside Chats with Kyle and Emma. It's CHiPS lore.
CHiPS lore.
Meow, 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 meow.
Episode volume 2. We're calling them volumes, right?
Huh?
We're doing volume, right? Volume 2.
Yeah.
Episode 2, whatever.
CHiPS lore, volume 2.
Sponsored by Mind Garden. We're not actually sponsored by them. Shout out Mind Garden.
But shout out my
No joke. I just was at a coffee place before I got home, and the guy was like, "That's a cool shirt," and I was like, "That's my friend's company, Mind Garden Research." So here we are. We're here again. We did something. We
did something indeed.
We made There's Something to It All. And is there?
And
Is there?
the thing is, we're still the jury's still out. We're still trying to figure out if there is something to it all.
I don't have the answer to that. I just make the music.
The thing is,
None of us do. None of us have the answer. None of us know.
If we found the answer, then our journey is over. That's when we know we gotta stop.
Yeah, true. Dude, we gotta get our stuff together so then we can like make this like a live event. We can like,
oh my god,
hype it up, and then like 6 people will join us and we'll be like, "We love you.
We love you. Hey, itadakimasu.
So, what was it like making this song?
I love this song.
I love this song too. I remember when we made it, it was very hard.
It was hard because you loved certain things about it, but you were like, I don't know how to make it all work yet.
Yeah. I think honestly, like, because we did this is like one of our Zoom songs. Shout out Zoom Pumpkin in the corner. But we did like a Zoom, and I was like, I don't know, like maybe I was like going through like a moment of like manicness where I was like, we need to do more songs, because we like Emma just left and we did 3 songs, and like literally in like 4 days did like 3 fucking songs, and then like I'm like, we need more, and we started working on this over Zoom, and I was like, I hate this. I hate everything about this. And Emma was like, I see, like, we started writing all the words, and she's like, this makes so much sense, trust me. And I was like, this is the dumbest shit we've ever done.
It doesn't make any sense. But no, like, well, because I came out and did the vocals on this, right?
No, I came to Nashville. I forgot. I was supposed to post. I'm going to post when we were in Nashville working on it. Here's our YouTube reminder that I keep forgetting to do stuff. But no, and
we
wrote the whole song, and then I like over Zoom, and then I came out and we finished it. Or no, we. Oh wait, you're right. I came to Nashville and then we finished the second verse because we only had the first verse.
Yeah.
And then we did finish it at your place.
Yeah. I feel like that wasn't man, timelines.
I know. CHiPS lore.
CHiPS lore.
We're like Tolkien. We are establishing our lore now, and people will argue it for the rest of eternity.
Including us.
Yes.
But no, like they are, as soon as like it clicked for you, I think, was when we were like, oh, okay, it's done.
Yeah.
Like we just have to do it. Now we just have to do it, but it's done. And
this was like such a weird one.
But the lyrics to this are like some of my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like for me the most, consistently impactful when I'm like posting stuff and I'm just like, we have 3 fans. There's something to it all. There's something to it all.
There's something.
It's
Rocking
like,
back
what are
and
we
forth.
doing? Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh my god. I hope. Please.
No, but like, everybody has like songs that they like and don't like. Like, I'm talking about like people who are gonna listen to our stuff now, and like, for whatever reason, this song was like one of those songs where like once it clicked, it was like everything we put in it or anything was like, it was like, yeah, that's exactly what we should do. Like there was never like a second like guess of like, is this like the right shit? Like, and it just,
Yeah.
and I remember when Craig did it, like when Craig mixed it, he like sent it to me and I was like, oh, like the bass is too loud. And he's like, oh, funny that you say that because I just turned it up like 10 seconds before I sent it to you this morning. And then like he turned it down and it was like done. And I was just like, I'm like, Craig, like, how do I make every time we do something this easy? And he's just like,
Yep.
it's impossible. It's basically, It was like lucky. Like like the stars aligned and it just made sense.
Which is actually, yeah. And in that moment, we thought we found the something that was to it all. That doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, let's talk about the writing of it, like the actual words here. Do you have the lyrics? I can't pull them up because I'm like big screen and I don't want to ruin the video.
I don't have them like right next to me.
Hold on, I got it.
But I mean, it's I'm wondering where I should be instead. There's something to it all, I know. I'm pretty sure that's the first line.
What?
I'm wondering where I should
do you remember
be
like
instead.
where we started with this one? We lost our notebook, which isn't key. We'll find it eventually, and maybe we'll like do another version. But like,
yeah, because that's what sucks is, yeah.
But we basically had like, so on our songs, we come in with conceptual ideas.
Yeah.
And like usually those ideas are revolving around color. And so like, for example, like Ricochet was blue. And so when we like wrote Ricochet, we had the idea of like, we want blue to be the main theme of this song. And like, what does blue convey to people? And so like,
Yeah.
we kind of like, it wasn't like the be all end all where we're like, Emma's like, what if we did this cool part? And I'm like, it's not fucking blue enough. Like it was just more like hey, this is like, what are like for blue, it's like the ocean and like, it's very calming and things like that. And so like you think of things like you start to think of things like that and how you can translate that into a song.
Yeah. And we also would like go into like the color theory of it all, like, and because like we had talked about how blue actually technically didn't exist as a color for people. Wait, where'd you go?
I went to grab my laptop.
Oh, I was like,
To get
I
the
was
lyrics.
looking away, and then all of a sudden you were
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
I was like, what happened?
The fire ate
But
me.
no, like how blue didn't exist too, like as a color, like for until like way later. I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like it didn't exist as a color for people because like even
Well,
when
it's not. Well, one of the things that for that, I mean, we're like so off the rails here with what we want to talk about, but blue isn't a color besides the sky that is found naturally.
yeah,
Often, like there are some flowers and stuff, but it's not like it's like the ocean, the sky, like that's it.
yeah. Well, in the ocean too, that's the one that's the trickiest because even like depending on where you are in the world, it's a different color. So like even in books, like I think in even Moby Dick, he discusses that it, like the sea was red like wine.
Yeah.
You know, it's not described as like this blue thing
Yeah,
until way later. And because like the Egyptians are the ones that fully even like made true blue as like a color. like used in paint and stuff like that. But anyways, that goes to say that that was like a jumping off point for most of the songs, that we would start with something like that and then either have an idea to try and accompany with that and use that research in order to help fuel like where we
Yeah.
go with it.
100.
And that's why, well, because this song specifically, Something to It All, we started with Prism
Yeah, prismatic.
because it was the like the last song that it was the last song that we did, right? Because I'm pretty sure
Oh
Prism was
yeah,
like,
yeah. Because
let's talk
song for
about,
parties was already done.
yeah. So
It
it
wasn't
was
like the
like,
last song we finished doing, but it was the last song we finished writing.
yeah. And that's why we wanted it to be like, okay, a prism encapsulates like all of it.
Yeah.
So like kind of how do we say that, you know? And I think that's the phrase, there's something to it all, is
Yeah.
that prism. That's what like that's kind of where we wanted to go. There were some very specific things that I was researching with the prism too.
Well,
Like,
one of them was, I remember it was like basically alluded to like without darkness and without light, like the other can't exist. Like it's like about like the whole thing about a prismatic color or like whatever is that it needs other things to help it to exist, otherwise it can't exist. And like
yeah,
kind of like when we're writing, like a lot of our themes are like kind of like that, we kind of like try to like find the balance of like those kind of things, like just we like to like contrast, like
yeah,
juxtaposition of ideas and feelings.
yeah,
And this was like definitely one of those songs. Dude, I feel like part of like me being like so frustrated when we first started writing it, like helped like you steer the ship to like the there's something to it all lyrics, because it was like you're like, come on man, like there's something to it all, and I'm just like, fuck, like why are we doing this?
yep. Well, and that's why I mean, my favorite moment in the song, I mean, no, I can't even say that. Is I do love the line, like, what was I taking chances for, is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like, if we are meant for more, like, like, why have I been struggling? Like, why
Yeah.
have I been like sticking my neck out all this time and I'm still not seeing what I'm like, what am I?
Meant
People
for.
keep telling, yeah, because
Like
that
you
we
don't
were talking
know.
about,
Yeah.
yeah, because that line is supposed to, I specifically remember us talking about like, everyone's like, it's all about being an artist, man, and blah blah blah, and it's just art. And I'm like, fuck that. This is so hard. I don't want to hear one more person tell me about how beautiful and creative this experience is. And it's like, no, sometimes I don't need to hear that,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like, what was I doing this all for? If
Yeah.
like,
Dude,
if I'm still gonna
what do you
fall
mean?
flat on my,
Art's like
yeah,
art's like you can make it for free, man. Like
yeah,
it's
like,
super cheap to
dang,
make it now. Like you shouldn't be able to
yeah,
live your life off of your talent.
yeah. But that's like that's the moment, and then everything hits in the song, and then it kind of like expands on all of that, like, because what's the line?
I have the
Yeah,
lyrics.
just like we're meant for more, I made my choice to move along.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where, yeah, it's like,
So I have a question for
okay,
you.
yeah, but huh?
I have a question.
What?
Do you consider what we're saying to be about fate? Whoa, whoa. She's just like, goodbye. Do you
To be
consider it
about,
fate? Because I don't.
no, I don't think it's because that's kind of what we're saying, is it's not about fate. It's about it is about,
Choices
you
and
make
things
a
like
choice
that.
every day. You make a
Yeah.
choice every day.
Yeah.
And we continue to make the choice to do this. Even though all of the other bullshit is right. It's like what I was saying to you, my favorite quote I have, the like, we create so we can create again and
Yeah.
again and again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not creating for the sake of art. I'm creating art for the sake of being able to do it again.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, that kind of is the crux of the song too.
Yeah.
That is like, sometimes you're not going to know like what the point of it all is. And you just have to wake up and make the choice to do it again.
See, I find like, I think what I like always, besides like the music, and like I find that the music is like how it came out was like very calming to me. But like, I think what I like about it is that your freaking pocket toy. This is PG. I can't say what I was gonna say.
You've already cursed.
Yeah, but whatever. That's different. But like I feel like it's like just depending on how I feel, like the meaning can mean different stuff. Like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
because sometimes like when I like hear like the I made the choice to move along and I'm wondering where I should be instead, it's like that could be so many different things. Like it's like could
Well,
I
and that's,
like is that about like my career path that we chose,
or is it about like,
or like
I don't know,
a relationship? Yeah,
or
jinx.
but no, it's, I mean, and again, that is my favorite part about like kind of, I mean, that's my favorite part about writing in general, is
Yeah.
that sometimes like when I write a song, it means something to me, and then something else happens in my life that like that song has a whole new different
Yeah.
meaning to me, regardless of the intention that went into it at the moment. And that's
Totally.
yeah,
This song, dude, this
that's
song just
the,
hits, man.
yeah,
I love it.
yep,
Dude, this is
yeah,
like, this would, I feel like, I don't know, man. Like, when we, I remember like so vividly, like, when we wrote the first verse, which is, I'm wondering where I should be instead. There's something to it all I know. If we were meant for more, what was I taking chances for? So, like, when Emma just said that to me, I was just like, what the, bro? I don't know. And like literally the entire like beginning track was like that was what we had already. And then Emma like sang it on her phone or whatever and sent it to me. Like just like a rough so we could hear it. And like I heard it and I immediately was like, "Oh my god, it all makes fucking sense."
yeah. No,
And then
that's what I'm
like
saying.
like
That was all it took, and then we were both like, okay, cool. Now we know exactly what we're gonna do
yeah.
now,
And
which
like
was, that rarely
so
happens.
rare. And then like we did the second part, which is what it is, and it was just like yeah, just like everything just came into place and it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, cause, and I remember my, one of my favorite things was when the guitar solo comes in, and I was like, Kyle, let me do something. Just let me do one thing. And you were like, what? I don't think that's gonna work. And it's just my extra. What was I taking? I was like, we need to say that one more time.
Yeah,
What
I
was I
know. It's
taking
so
chances
perfect.
for? And have it lead into the guitar. You
Yeah.
know, those were like the little extra things that we had in there because we didn't want to, because we have songs that like you could sit like that have a lot of things happening at once, and this um but this one was one that we did want to like kind of let it speak for itself in a lot of ways. We
Yeah.
wanted to keep it bare bones, so like those little tiny moments where I was like, what do we do, those
Yeah.
were like the ones that we were like, okay, it's cool to add a little sprinkle here, and
Yeah.
just to like push home what we're saying, you know?
Yeah, it was like being like very like sparse. Cause it's like
Yeah.
it's so easy, like when like especially now, like you can just add forever, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like how do you
Sometimes
limit
you
yourself?
get lost. Like, there's a reason why getting lost in the sauce is
Thing.
a term,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that is something that is really hard to not do.
Yeah.
Right now with music is just
I
like,
know.
dude, don't get lost, man, because then you're gonna end up hating your song.
I know.
Like I do, because like even Ryan always says, Ryan's in my other band for reference, everyone
Her
always
fiance.
says that I'm, huh?
Her fiance.
Oh yeah, my fiance. I always forget.
Wait, are we gonna lose followers if people find out that you're engaged? Nah, she's single. Boys, come on.
Yeah.
DM her and shit.
But no, the like he always says the biggest difference between him and I is I'll go in, I'll like put something down and I walk out and I absolutely hate everything about it. I'll show it to him and be like, I think this sucks.
Yeah, I've
And
never
he's like,
experienced
and
that.
and he walks out of the room doing something. He's like, that is the coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I've like never been able to do that.
Yeah. I think it's just
But
like the push and pull of like being creative. It's like I feel like there's like a cycle for every song where it's like it's you first make it and you're like this is really cool, and then like you like are working on it and it gets a little bit better, and then you're like this fucking sucks. Why am I
yeah,
doing this? And then like it goes back up and then down and then back up, and
yeah. And there's
hopefully you
but it
finish
never
it up because
well, no, that's the goal.
yeah,
But the thing is too, it is crazy that like it never plateaus.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There's never a moment where I'm like, I'm content.
yeah. I
Like,
know.
yeah, there's always that, there's always this and that, there's never this.
There's
That
always
doesn't
something.
exist.
There's always something.
Yeah.
I know.
And that and realistically, there is something to it all because there's always something.
I was talking to Craig today because we got something cool planned with Craig, but we were just talking about that too. It's just like it's like sometimes I just gotta get the like have like an end date and just get the song not off my computer but like away, like send it off to a mixer or whatever, because then you're done and you can't like keep fucking like sitting there like twiddling
Yeah.
with it, because it's like
Yeah.
you'll just do that till you die.
Yep. No, it's like that stupid video. I think I sent it to you. The one where it's like me up at 4 a.m. like making minor tweaks that nobody will ever hear
I know.
to someone where you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna, like take like 5K out of this just a hair.
I
Oh,
know.
it
It's
sounds
just
so much
like
better.
yeah.
No, no,
I
not it
know.
doesn't matter.
I know. It's about the what's there and that's it.
Yeah. Well, and that's always my favorite thing that you always do. You'll be texting me of like, I don't know, maybe I should do this. I don't know, maybe I should just shut up.
Yeah,
And I'm just like
exactly.
reading all of these
Yeah.
texts.
It's
like,
always like a
watching your
long
bra-
ass text and then I'll be like,
I'm watching your brain
never
work
mind.
through it. I'm like, all right, I know where Kyle's gonna end up with this. Oh,
Yeah.
yep, there he goes. Yeah, he just told himself to shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He's all right.
Yeah. Dude, I still do it. I'm like, it's so. I didn't even, like, now that we're putting stuff out, like, I didn't even, like, think this stuff before. Or I did, like, I don't know. Like, now I, like, hear it. And I'm, like, hearing songs. I'm like, what if I change? Like, what if I. Why did I do that? Why
Oh
did
yeah,
I.
no, you still do it.
It's so annoying. I wish I wish I wouldn't, but I do it.
Look,
Because-
it looks
because-
like I'm like,
At CHiPS here, we strive for greatness. And you know what? You can't be great if you're shit. I don't know. I didn't have a
that
good
that
catchphrase.
was. I mean, words of wisdom. There's something to it all, you know. And
Yeah.
it's not.
What are we taking chances for? I wish we had a booklet, because the other thing that's like kind of key in like how we kind of conceptualize things is we like to look at the cards.
Yeah,
We like to look at the tarot cards
yeah.
to look
It's
to
a
seek
fun way.
out some inspiration, because
Yep.
the cards never lie.
Yeah, because I know, like, for like compassion, when we get to that one, we pulled 3 cards. It kind of depended. Like, we would be like, how many cards should we pull? Like one, or should we pull like one for each of us, or should
Yeah.
we pull a card for just this song? We
Yeah.
would kind of like flip it around and
Yeah.
kind of go from there. But use that because tarot cards are just such an interesting way to like
Get you to
just
think
gain
outside the box.
gain some insight in some way to then like be like, it's the same thing of us doing like that like starting with that kind of research. In a way, it's the definition of like,
Yeah.
when you were in grade school, your brainstorming portion,
Yeah,
it's
totally.
but it's an intent, like you have full intention with that brainstorming session for where you want to end up. And that's why it's like and for me, that was kind of the first time. I mean, I kind of did that stuff on my own, but it was just me writing my own songs, and but I hadn't really like done it as, I don't know, I just hadn't done it that way with like writing with
Yeah,
somebody
like with
else, and
another
it was,
collaborator.
yeah, and it was like a really cool. I don't know. I found like I noticed like my strengths like a lot more while doing
For
that
sure.
too. And I also saw where like my weak points were at the same time. So like it, writing like that for this whole record was insanely uh just, I grew like a lot as a writer and
I
so
would say
much.
so myself as well. And as a
Yeah.
producer. But
Yeah.
what's like the thing though is that we always had the color and the concept going in to that. Like we
Yes.
like for this one, like the tarot thing wasn't like as big
It wasn't
relevant.
as heavy.
But
Yeah.
like because we didn't do this for Ricochet and maybe we will in the future, but like when we did Ricochet, it was like, all right, let's do blue because we like the color blue and we like I knew I had like something going on in my life that I wanted to like we were kind of just talking about it like while we were catching up cuz she just first got to LA and then like we were like why don't we write a song about like this kind of like ricochet type thing which we definitely didn't say but whatever and then we pulled the cards and the thing about like when you pull the cards is that like there's some like it's not that they like it's not like like some weird magic trick where you're like this explains everything in my life you're like looking at it and you're like I can pull like these themes that this card represents I can pull relate it to what I'm experiencing and
Yeah.
that's like why we did it because it really makes you think like try to connect things that aren't maybe necessarily connected and you like
Yeah.
start to like branch out like where you are.
Yeah. It's that like you constantly, it's like a constant like camera lens zooming in and out always. Like
Yeah. And
that's
same with
what
the
it's
colors.
bouncing
Like it
around
just makes
between
you think differently.
yeah, zoomed in and then zoomed out constantly. That's what like we were trying to do each time we were,
Yeah.
you know,
And I would
using a tool, some tool creatively
for
to
sure. And I
get
would
to
say
where we
that the
wanted.
colors like had like a much greater impact on like what we wanted to do because it was more like like generally speaking wanting to evoke a certain type of feeling like just from like just visually like and so like our hot pink song is like a fucking banger song because hot pink is sexy it's like it's got its vibe whereas
Hot
like
pink is not sexy.
hot pink is intense baby let's go
It's intense. I'll give you that one.
but
But damn.
yeah but like or like the purple like purple invokes a certain type of feeling and
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, cause yeah. Sorry, my brain. I'm gonna end
yeah
up going on a tangent. I
and
can't.
yellow and we got all the colors
Yeah,
but like
lot
but
of colors.
yeah but we prism is cool because prism is like it's kind of like that's like why like writing this song last like kind of made sense because it was kind of like a collection of like everything else that we already said and
Yeah.
like but like super simplified
Oh
like
yeah. But that's the thing is we were, because at first we were like, what we should we go with it, because we were running out of colors.
well
And
like
so we
we
were
didn't run
like
out of
very
colors
different.
it's like what's a cool color that fits in with all this
Yeah. Well, and because we were like, should we do a different shade of
yeah
something? And
yeah
then it's like, no, that felt like a cop out
yeah
in a
but we
way. Like we were
actually
like,
accidentally did that with everything and anything and bloom because they're both kind of green
yeah,
is what it is.
but this one was like, we were like, what if we just did all of like, I was like, rainbow. And then it was like, no, we can get better than rainbow.
Rainbow.
Okay, yeah. What about rainbow? Um, but then we were like, no, with prism, it's a little bit more refined.
Yeah, but also like it's also see just the idea of what a prism is. It's like kind of like what this song is. It's like it's kind of confusing. It's kind of clear.
It's a little out there.
It's everything. It's got it. It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the ending of the song too, which if you didn't hear the lyrics, it's just ooh yeah, 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 yeah. But it's like it's just like kind of like it's like the end is just like it's like a release, you know?
No,
It's
it
like
entirely
we said
is.
what we
Yeah.
needed to say, and this is just like a chill end.
Yeah. Well, and that's like another thing that I feel like people get caught up sometimes. And I know that like I've always had a love for like an interesting just having a, oh my god, why can't I think of the word? The structure of the song to be like a little bit out there. And sometimes I do that a little too much,
Yeah,
but I think it's important to remind yourself like, okay, maybe I do just need to repeat this line again.
yeah,
Like maybe that's, or like we were saying, we already said it. We said all we needed to say already. Like sometimes that's that editing process where you're like, no, why would we add in more words to this when it's already
yeah.
there. And that's like I think just something that I really appreciate, and that that you were totally down with that too.
Yeah, it's like we want like to feel a certain way hearing our thing. Like so if we played their song To It All and sang that shit like 10 times in a row, like it wouldn't mean it like we wouldn't feel the same way because
Yeah.
it's just
No,
like it's
not at
like
all.
you have Emma ripping in the beginning, we have it all come together and we all feel good solo and this like calming outro. And it's like to me when I hear that I'm like this is like all the pieces that you need. And
Yeah.
so like yeah, I just find that like I don't know, like so many songs now. It's like you can like turn on the radio. It's like you hear the chorus like 4 times in 2 minutes. It's crazy.
Well, but that specifically, this is random as hell. But that just reminds me of me one time singing karaoke, and I sang "Livin' La Vida Loca."
Oh my
Great
god,
karaoke song.
I love that
However,
song.
though, I
She
literally
make you take
dropped
your clothes off and go dancing in the rain.
Hey. But that's the thing is, I literally at one point dropped the microphone and walked off because I was like, how many times does this chorus happen?
Yeah,
And I
know.
was so exhausted by the end of it. I literally just dropped the mic and I was like, I'm done singing this song, and walked off. So I was like, this song is way too long. No one needs this chorus this many times.
Is this the hit of the summer? Because guess what? There's something to it all. Ain't the hit of the summer, but it's a badass song.
Yep. Uh-huh.
We love
And
it.
maybe it is the hit of the summer for somebody.
For
And that's
somebody.
for somebody. And that's sick. And I love that.
Yeah.
It definitely, yeah. Did we find what it is?
I don't think we're
Stay
ever gonna
tuned
find
for
what
next
it is.
episode of Chips Lore. Oh wait,
Wait.
can I hate you? Oh wait. Ah,